Welcome class. Hope you all are fine at home. Right? Now we are doing this third lesson number 6 and that is about India rivers and climate. But already in the previous class we have come across with a few different topics, that is about the origin of the river. What is the origin of the river? Here we are going to do a small recapitulation. Recapitulation is nothing but a small part of revision. Right? What we have done in the previous session we are going to do in this session as a small revision part. Right? Now, what is the origin of the river? Every river, the first birthplace of the river begins from the mountains. As I now here, when the mountains are covered with the snow, when they melt and change into the water, that form we call as a glacier. So here mostly all the important river, that is river Ganga. From the Gangotri glacier it origin. So from the North India to South India here we have the number of rivers, right? And mostly these all rivers will begin from the North India, from the mountains. Right? Now next one is about the tributaries and distributaries. When the river is flowing from the high level land to the low level land, from the high level to low level, what will happen? It will, instead of going directly into the sea, already in the last class we have learned that once the river begins directly, it will not go to the sea, it will go to some other parts also. Now suppose when we are cleaning a house, what will happen? Here when we put a bucket of water here, this water will be dispersed, it will go here and there. Directly it will not come to the one side of the room and water will not let outside. So what will happen? The water will be going here, in all directions it will go. In the same way here also, when the river starts from the one part, from the one area, instead of going directly into the sea, it will disperse, it will distribute the water to the other parts also. And finally it will go and join into the sea, in the Bay of Bengal or in the Arabian Sea. So here this is about tributaries and distributaries. And next here we have the types of rivers. In the class we have discussed about there are two types of rivers. One is snow-fed river and it is a rain-fed river. Rain-fed river. What is the snow-fed here? Example river Ganga. So throughout the whole year this river will flow from the mountains to the last till sea. So here these rivers, the snow-fed rivers will not dry up throughout the whole year. It will be completely wet and there is a continuous flow of water from the one place to another place. Now what are the rain-fed rivers? Only during the rainy season these rivers will fill. Right? Only in the rainy season. During rainy season the water will be more and during the summer season the complete water gets dry. So the snow-fed throughout the whole year the river will be completely full and the water will be going from place to place. And moving to the rain-fed throughout the whole year the water will not flow. Only in the rainy season only we can see the water in this rain-fed rivers. Now what are the important stages of river? Here how we are, first when we born we are small baby. Next here again we will go to become adult and will become old. In the same way here also there are the three important stages for the rivers. That is, the first one is river Ganga. The beginning area, the beginning point of the river is known as a young river. This is the first stage. And mature river means here when the river is supplying the water or when the river water is moving from the one place to another place, what will happen? It will carry the sand, silt, soil and fine particles which are very fertile. What they will do? they will deposit these all things on the bank of the river and the water will go very slowly. So that we call as a mature river. This is the second stage. And the last one is a old river. Again, this river water, they will deposit everything. Finally, they will go and join into the sea. That we call as a old river, and this is the third stage. Right? This is a small part of the revision which we have discussed in the last class. Now we are moving to the uses of rivers. What are the uses of water? For what purpose we use the water here? We use the water for drinking, for cooking, for washing, for cleaning, for watering the plants. For everything we use the water. Without water we can live? No. Right? Now here we are going to discuss about the uses of rivers. And here we are having a very big mountain. The water is flowing here. And here there is a formation of the big river. Right? Now here we will be having the number of houses. Settlement. Settlement means where the group of people are living together. Right, now here the page number 321. Here we have the uses of rivers. River water is used for the crops. As I know already here, where the river water is flowing from the one place to another place, the water is carried. Yes or no? The water is carrying the fine salt which is useful for the farmers. So the river water is useful for growing crops. Right? Now the sediments carried by a river makes the land fertile and it helps in the cultivation of crops. So here river water is applied to the agricultural crops, and at the same time they are helpful for the production, means for the making of more number of food crops. Now we get fresh water from bathing, drinking and cleaning, cooking. For everything will you get the water from the rivers. Rivers provide us with a variety of fishes here. Rivers are very good source of getting the different types of fishes. Now the water of the river is helpful for generating electricity. The light, the fan, refrigerator, TV, what we are watching and using, these all things at our home. These all are run. This all will be helpful when electricity is there for us. In the same way that electricity is generated from the water. Here we are having the two types of electricity generations. What is it? The electricity which is made by the water is known as the hydel electric power. The electricity which is generated, which is made from the water, is known as the hydel electric power, and which is made from the coal is known as thermal electric power. Thermal electric power. This is from water, and that from the river water, not from the salt water. This is from the hydel electric power is generated from the water, and thermal electric power is generated from the coal. Right? Now, rivers also serve as a mode of water transport. Here few areas are there where mostly the people don't have the proper transfer facility to move from the one place to another place. So here the people who are living in the one side of the river, they have to go to the other side. What they will do? They will go with the help of the boats. Right? With the help of the boats, they will go from the one place to another place. Here this water transport is not only for the people to move from one place to another place, but also they will carry the goods also, the products, the things which are required for these people, they will take from one place to another place. Right? Now with this we have done our uses of rivers. Now what are the main rivers of India? What are the main rivers? Important rivers. main rivers of India. The Ganga is the most important river of India. What is our national river? River Ganga. Ganga, Ganga. It originates from Gangotri Glacier. From where it is getting from? Gangotri, Gangotri, Gangotri Glacier. Now, many towns and cities have developed on its banks. Yamuna is a tributary of the Ganga. So, when river Ganga is the main river, and again a small tributary is there, that is Yamuna river. River Yamuna. Now, Yamuna is a tributary of Ganga. Our capital New Delhi is also situated on the bank of river Yamuna. So here our country name is India and its capital is New Delhi. So then what is the capital of our state? Our state is Telangana. And the capital of Telangana is Hyderabad. Yes, beta. So here this Yamuna river is located in New Delhi. New Delhi is the capital of our country. So next after Ganga, here we have Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra is the longest river of Asia. It is very important. Big. Fill the blank or match the following or choose the correct answer. So, which is the longest river of Asia? Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra is the longest river in Asia. Is the largest continent. Yes or no? Here we are having the 7 continents. Out of 7 continents, Asia is the largest continent. And in the Asia, Brahmaputra is the longest river. So it originates from a glacier near Lake Mansarovar. How river Ganga is originating from the Gangotri glacier? In the same way, the Brahmaputra is originating from the Manasarovar. It's a lake, beta. Mansarovar lake. Now it passes through Tibet, Arunachal Pradesh and Assam in India and Bangladesh. In Assam it is called Diang. Here when we are moving from the one place to another place, how we people communicate according to their place. In the same way here also, when the river is moving from the one place to another place, the name of the river also will change. So this river is known as Diang in Assam. Assam people call Brahmaputra as a Diang. The Indus. Now the next important river is River Indus. River Indus. Now the Indus is another important river. It rises near the Lake Mansarovar. Ancient civilizations such as the Harappan civilization had developed on the banks of the river Indus. So here few people are there. Mostly the North India is a place which are very prominent for the number of civilization. Civilization is nothing but in the olden days the people used to move from the one place to another place in search of food, in search of work, like that. Mostly when the water is flowing from the high level land to low level land, it started carrying the fertile soil which is very helpful for growing the crops. Now wherever there is availability of the more number of fertile soil, people started living there itself. Right? Started living means very near to the water. Very near to the tributaries, very near to the water valleys, river valleys, people started living. And they started doing the agricultural work like growing the food crops, and they settled there only. That's why here mostly near the example near the Ganga river, we can see more number of temples were built and more number of population also we can able to see. That's the reason here even in the Harappan civilization. These all are started because of the rivers, where the people started living in more number. So there are three important rivers of our country. Now here page number 323, here we have a checkpoint, right? Please take this as a homework. Page 323. Checkpoint is your homework. Whatever we have discussed, that will be a part of the homework. Right? Now, here about the climate of India. Now, which season is going on better for us? This is a winter season. Immediately after the winter season, which season will start? Summer season. And after summer, after the unbearable summer season, there we are going to come across with the monsoon, that is the rainy season. Now, about the climate of India. About the climate of India, we are going to learn. Now, India experiences tropical monsoon climate. Different seasons occur in this type of climate. The India experiences 4 main seasons. They are summer, winter, monsoon, summer, winter monsoon, and retreating monsoon. These are the 4 important seasons. Now, summer is very hot and sunny. You know, already have experienced during the summer season, you people will come out for everything. The sun, even there is a power cut also, you people will come out and you will sit under the tree shade. Right? And here, what are the things you like to eat mostly in the summer season? That is ice cream. Yes or no? Ice cream is a favorite for everyone, especially during the summer season. And we prefer to have the more number of cool drinks also. And we'll take the fruit juices. Mostly we'll take these all things in the summer season. Now, the summer is very hot and sunny. April, May and June. Right? April, May and June. In these 3 months we can experience a very severe summer. So, during this season the days are long and the nights are short. The day will be very long and night will be very short. Now, the monsoon season comes after the hot summer season. Immediately after the summer season, we will come across with the monsoon. Monsoon is nothing but the rainy season. Right? Now, during this time we receive heavy rainfall. And recently we have come across the different floods to better. During this COVID period, heavy rains also we have faced. So, heavy rainfall. So, here I have a small, you have to tell me in which season we will use this mostly. Yes, this is a umbrella. We will use this umbrella in the 2 seasons especially. That is in the summer season to protect ourselves from the sun, and one in the rainy season. These are the 2 important seasons where mostly we use the umbrella. Right? Now, here this season continues from June to September. From June to September. Right? Now, about the retreating monsoon. The retreating monsoon sets when the rain-bearing winds that had entered in India, enters India in the monsoon and leave towards the sea. Now, this monsoon season completes. In the month slowly after the September, October month will be there. What will happen? What all the rain-carrying winds are there, it will divert to the sea. Right? That we call as a retreating monsoon. after the rainy season completes, what will happen? Mostly what all the cool winds will be there. They will turn their direction and they will start moving to the sea. That we call as a retreating monsoon. Now the winter season starts from the November and ends in February. Now we are experiencing the winter season, no beta. So here in the winter season starts from September to February. Right? In the northern parts of India, winter season is extremely cold. However, in the southern parts, it is pleasant. During this season, the days are short and nights are long. Here, in the summer season, days are long and nights are short. And in the winter season, days are short and the nights are long. So here, now these are the important seasons. As the season changes, we people will be having the different food items and even the dress code also will be different. In the winter season, we cover our head, complete body will be covered. And in the rainy season, without the raincoat and the umbrella, we will not go out of the house. Here, in all the seasons, we need to take the few preventive steps also to protect ourselves. Right? Now, with this we have done our lesson. Now, here the exercise bit is a page number 325. Please be ready with your pencil, eraser, page 325. First bit. Now, a river originates from where? From source, from mouth, or from the course? From the course. The river originates from the course. Sorry, the river originates from the source, the starting point. Now, the path of a river is known as a course. The starting point of the river is known as source and the path which is going from place to place is known as course. And next one is here, a river that starts from the mountain is a rain-fed river, snow-fed or main river. It is a snow-fed. Mostly the rivers which are found in the height of the mountains is known as the snow-fed. Snow-fed rivers. The Ganga starts from which glacier? From Gangotri Glacier. I am writing the answers, just you need to underline in your book. Now, the days are hot and sunny. In which season? In summer, winter or in monsoon? In summer season. Option A, option B, option B, option C, and this is option A. Now, the second one, second bit is the match the following. I will give the answers, please write along with me. Now, the river Ganga. River Ganga, what is the other, River Ganga is a snow-fed river or rain-fed river? It is a snow-fed river. The answer is C. Now next, river Godavari. River Godavari is a rain-fed river. So the answer is D. the summer season? Short nights and long days. So the answer is E. Now winter, long nights and short days. So the answer is A. Now Brahmaputra, when it will enter the Assam, its name is changed and it is known as Dihang. Right? Please copy down the answer. This is option B. Dihang is nothing but option B. Now see the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is the place where the Ganga originates. From where? From Gangotri Glacier. Now, it is the path of a river. Path is nothing but course. Originating is known as source. The path is known as a course. Now, it is a tributary of Ganga. Which river is a tributary of river Ganga? Yamuna. It is in our capital of, so it is the capital of our India. Yes or no? What is that? That is in New Delhi. In New Delhi, here we have the Yamuna river. So this season starts from November and ends in February. Which season is that? That is winter season. Winter season. Now this season comes after the hot summer, after the heavy summer season. Then we have a rainfall, that is nothing but the monsoon. Monsoon or rainy. Right? Now here in the page number 326, last bit here we have page 326. These are blanks. Now, most of the rivers in India start from the mountains. The next, the point where a river ends its journey is called its mouth. M-O-U-T-H, mouth. Dash is a distributary of Ganga, Yamuna. Yamuna is a distributary of river Ganga. Yamuna is a tributary and Gorai is the distributary. So the dash originates near the lake Mansarovar, that is Brahmaputra. It rains the most in the month of dash and dash. In which months there we have the very heavy rainfall, that is in the month of July and August. July and August. So with this we have done our lesson. Now and here already I gave page number 323 checkpoint in semester book. Right? Hope you have understood this. With this we have done our lesson number 6. Please take care and be safe at home. Thank you.